I am in rare form today. I'll tell you why. I have an issue with America, good old United States of America. I do. So you mean to tell me, after this man gets unalived, first thing you're going to get online and talk about is left and right and starting a W against other sides of people? Are you out of your mind? First of all, we don't even know anything about the person who did this to him. So how are you going to just automatically jump to, oh, the left or whatever thing? These people did this and did that, and we're going it's WA, you know what? I'm not going to say because I don't know YouTube's policies with that. And I don't want to get messed up on YouTube. So anyway, you're going to go there in your mind and you don't see anything wrong with that? That propaganda, you're just going to just go run with it. When we had situations in the past, let me remind you, of people. As a matter of fact, wasn't there a couple or two couples, two politicians, some politicians, it was two couples that were attacked, and I believe one couple did not make it due to some type of political violence. Did we, or did people run around saying that they're going to go after the quote-unquote other side? No. First thing we're thinking about is this has got to stop. We got to find ways to end this. This is not good. This is senseless. This should not be that serious. Yes, political things can be very personal and things like that, but you don't go as far as to start wanting to hurt and unalive people over something that you don't agree with what they say politically. I know we're passionate. I know things do affect our personal lives and things like that. I get it. And there are some things that these people out here that are doing right now, the ones in office right now, that I'm like, oh my God, like just doing things, could care less about people, running around claiming to love God, claiming to be Christians, and look at how you're treating people. Nothing to do with Jesus. Nothing. Not a doggone thing. And run around and be performative, saying you claim to be of God. But yet, your life doesn't reflect that. But let me not digress so much into that. So I have a problem with that. My biggest issue right now, though, is we've got people, children, who are being unalived, injured, hurt at school for years. And you want to make it political, oh, people need their guns, my Second Amendment rights and all that crazy stuff, right? And I'm not saying that, I'm not. That's not even my argument, really, about this whole thing. My thing is just we need to do something. I don't care what it is. It just needs to be something that makes sense for this country that keeps things like that from happening to anybody. So these people's children are being harmed and unalived. Several situations like that. Several. I'm not even going to go down the list. Just happened the same day as what happened with the Charlie Kirk guy. Same day. You don't hear crickets about that. But yet this man, who is a politician, or I wouldn't say politician, I don't know. I really don't know much about him because I didn't follow him, but I know his name. But he was, talking about politics and things like that. And supposedly he was really trying to, I don't know. I don't know. So I don't even want to speculate what his role was. I just heard that he was trying to do good things, but at the same time, some of the stuff that he said about school shootings kind of was like, it led people to, in my opinion, not care so much about that. But then when it happens to him, now all of a sudden it's a problem. Now all of a sudden people care. What difference should it make? I'm just trying to find out. I don't understand the logic behind that. Because if we're talking about humanity and human beings, whether somebody's a political person or a child or a regular just lay person walking around living life, doing their thing, whoever they are, this shouldn't happen. But yet, you got people online running around with political BS talking about they're going to start stuff now because of what happened to this young man. And it's sad and it's tragic, and I don't wish that on anyone. But you're going to assume that it was some quote unquote leftist or something like that. You don't even know who did it, what happened, why, anything. You just running with that. That's how you know something's not right about what you're following. You don't even know the facts. You're just running off with a bunch of propaganda and just nonsense, or just guesses, I guess. We playing guessing games, huh? We're playing guessing games now about who did this and why. Then you want to start something based on baseless information. You don't even have all the facts. And I'll play devil's advocate. Let's just say it really was some crazed leftist who went after the guy. Okay, let's say it was, for the sake of argument. It still doesn't make it right what you're doing, because you're still making it about division. That has nothing, what you're saying and what you're wanting to do has nothing to do with uniting the country and helping to make it better for everyone. You want to start political WAs over this. Yet, every day we got something going on, or maybe not every single day, but all the time at these schools. And wasn't that the same thing he really spoke, kind of downplayed and didn't really make, let's say, like a priority in his life? And so it happens to him. And I'm not saying, I'm not at all saying it's right. I mean, that's a really sad situation. But when you run around, or when people run around, living their life like that, and then it's kind of like a karma situation, in my opinion, what happened. And then everyone wants to get mad and say, oh, he was this and he was a good family man. But y'all weren't saying that before, what happened to all these children, or what happened to those political couples a while back, or what happened to Nancy Pelosi's husband, or what happened to what happened on January 6th. Y'all weren't saying that. Crickets, you weren't saying that. Now all of a sudden, this guy, all of a sudden, it's a problem now, and you want to start something. That's the last thing we need as this country. That's all I'm saying. I usually come on here and I talk about, helping people with their personal lives and personal growth. And yeah, I usually do that. I do. And this is going to be part of it. A big part of you growing is realizing when you're wrong and you need to stop this political nonsense, and let's be humans for once, and let's care about people. Left, right, up, down, center. I don't care. Wrong is wrong and right is right. And you don't go around talking about you're going to start stuff, start wanting to unalive folks because of this situation. That's not the answer. It wasn't the answer then when other things happened, and it's not the answer now. But it is funny to me, or not funny, because I'm not talking about funny like haha, but I'm saying it's quite interesting to me how, back when those things happened with Paul Pelosi and all those people, it was a joke to them. It was a joke to you, who those of you who support that. It wasn't a big deal, acting like folk deserved it and all this foolishness. But now, when it happens to, I guess, somebody who you, I guess, prefer or support or whatever the case may be, now it's a problem. Now he's a father and family man and good guy and husband and all that. Now it matters. That's not fair. It should matter. It should have mattered then. It should matter now. It should always matter. We've got to stop this, America, and we've got to come together, and we've got to figure out how to stop this. When are we going to come up with some answers instead of this silly, barbaric, foolish, immature, back and forth war stuff? Oh, I said the word. Well, whatever. W-A. You know what I'm saying. When are we going to stop this? Because this is not what we're supposed to be about as a country. But it really, really, really is, what's the word I'm trying to think? Exposing people for who they are. Because if you're someone who supports going after another quote unquote side, political side, over something that happened to someone that we don't even know all the answers to yet, and you're already running with that, what does that say about you? What does that say about where your mind is, where your heart is, where your focus is? Doesn't say much. What does that say about who you follow? What does that say about the type of things that you actually believe in and agree with? And please, for the love of God, don't turn around and say you're a Christian after all that. This has nothing to do with Christ, with what's going on and what you're thinking and doing. So I want you to think on that. On that note, I got to go. I'm Talonda. Please like, comment, subscribe, all that. Share this out. Tell me what you think. Have a good day.